I'm Michelle Vandepass. Welcome to Talking Books TV. Today my guest is Minister Willie Holloway, who has written quite a compelling book about the story of his life, the life and times of Willie Holloway. I'm going to ask him all about those life and times. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I see you got your book there. Thank you so much for holding it up. Now tell me, what is the one thing that you want people to get from your life experiences, which have not been all so pretty? What's one thing other people can learn?
One thing, Michelle, that I want people to be able to learn is I don't care how far you have went to your lowest point in life, that you never give up, because there is hope. There's always hope. There's always a little light at the end of the tunnel. And so that's basically what I really want others to know. You know, some people, they give up.
Yeah,
and they just
absolutely.
Lay there.
And you did get to the lowest, the low point. Drugs, alcohol, so many things took you to the bottom. Tell me how it was when you were at the bottom that you were able to keep hope to get yourself out of it.
Well, I knew I was like a backsliding minister. I was saved at a young age, and that never left me. And even though I was out doing wrong and doing the drugs and stuff like that, I would always believe in my heart that God could bring me back. And it took, the dream to bring me back. But I also want people to know, even though, the dream, God allowed me to have a dream, you have to put some effort into it yourself. You got to put work into it. And that's what I did. I took heed to the dream, and I began to work towards trying to be sober and clean. And,
Yeah, give me an example. Like, what were a couple of those first steps? Because I think that's where most people get stuck. They're at the bottom and they don't know where to begin. What was like the first step that you took?
My first step was I had to, I had to leave the old playground that I used to hang around. The old people that I used to hang around, I had to get away from them. That was my first step.
They say, I think that there's a saying that the people you hang around with, you can tell where you're going to be in a year from now based on the people you hang around with today.
Right.
And so you surrounded yourself with new people, left the old playground, as you say. Now, were you able to get sober right away? Was it a long process? Did you go to meetings? Tell me how all that unfolded.
No, I didn't go to meetings. I just quit. It was it. I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And, after the dream was, that was my boost. I never looked back.
Wow, that's really impressive, because that's not an easy thing to do. Now, you help other people, and that's the whole point of this book, is to share your stories so that it can be inspiring to other people. Tell me the sort of people you work with now.
Well, Michelle, I work with teenagers. I have grandkids of my own, and I work with them about talking to them about what the dangers of the drugs. And then I does motivational speaking. I work with elderly people. I go to nursing homes, and I sit and I share, my story with them. And wow. Just to, just to light up, their face lights up, that's what inspires me the most, that I can go out and share this with my story with other people, whether they's elderly people or whether they're teenagers.
Now, there's some statistics that show that people who get sober, some of them go back into life of drugs and alcohol. What sort of chance is there for you to slide backwards? Is that even a possibility? And what would happen if that did happen with you?
Yes, there is a possibility that people can go back. But the thing about it is you have to stay focused on what you're doing today. And you can't sit and dwell on those old thoughts, because they're going to come back into your mind, but you can't dwell on them. And if they come in my mind, I'm hurrying up and I'm finding something else to do. I got things I have to do.
You know, I got to say that is the best advice for anybody, not just people who have hit rock bottom, but that's the best. You're giving good, solid life advice, whether you're starting a business or raising a family or just making out in the world. This is great advice for anybody, that you focus, you surround yourself with people who are inspiring, you become inspiring to others. I love this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what's the next step for you? You've written this book. How are you going to move forward?
Right now, I'm working on another book. The Night the Lights Went Out.
Wow.
It's a Christian fiction book. It's a Christian fiction. This one is not testimonies. This is actually a story. And so, you know, this book, The Life and Times of Willie Holloway, was just a few testimonies that, you know, different events that happened in my life and stuff like that. And I wanted to share them with other peoples out here, you know, especially, you know, drug addicts, you know. And this book only, you know, The Life and Times of Willie Holloway does not only deal with drugs and alcohol, but it could be other addiction that people is addicted to. If they see how I went through what I went through, any addiction, you can overcome it if you really want to.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you have a website. Give us your website and how people can buy the book.
Yeah, you can go to www.willieholloway.com. You can also go on Amazon.com and buy the book. You can go into csnbooks.com and you can also buy it there.
Lots of options, so there shouldn't be any reason not to get the book. Thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much too, Michelle. Glad to be here.